Wisdom of the crowd.
Wisdom of the crowd. Wisdom, ooh, of the crowd. Of the crowd.
Me too.
Me too. Hashtag me too. So what I miss. Welcome, you guys. So what I miss, the show where we show how little we know about a show. We take shows, finales, or endings, and we just review the whole show with no other context. Just review the whole show based on that one finale. And today, we're doing a canceled show.
It is a swan song in more ways than one.
Yeah.
It is the swan song of Jeremy Piven's hashtag #MeToo career.
A pivotal moment, to say the least. This is Wisdom of the Crowd, the episode appropriately titled Tipping Point. 13 episodes, 1 season.
13 Reasons Why.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
God damn it. Yeah, that's going to be for him. So do you think, I know this is early to ask this, but do you think that this show would have been renewed were it not for the Me Too'dies?
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, neither. I think
No.
it was doomed. It was a little bit just, I don't know, it's too crazy, too mixed match. It just,
Was the season originally only supposed to be 13 episodes
Yeah.
anyway? Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they got the full season, and it played through. Like, they went back to set after the accusations. Like, that must have been awkward. They were filming this finale after the accusations in November. This just came out. This is January. What is it today? January 14th? This is January 14th, 2018. People.
Well, the thing with the show is it's not like that All the Money in the World movie where we can just reshoot some scenes.
Yeah, no.
You know, like...
It's been airing this whole time.
And the whole show is about this guy who's like this Mark Zuckerberg of web sleuthing, who has an app.
That's the bomb you missed. She actually revealed this to me by accidentally reading something. He's like a tech billionaire. Piven, or what's his name? His name is Jeffrey Tanner.
Okay.
The nice guy name, Mr. Tanner. Yeah, he's a tech,
Oh.
a Billy.
He's a tanner.
He's a Tanner. and a
Mr.
tech
Tanner,
Billy.
but his
Where
daughter's
does,
dead.
Where's the city take? Sorry, what city does
San
the show?
Francisco.
Are you fucking kidding me?
San
This
Francisco,
is Mr.
yeah.
Tanner,
Oh
yeah.
my God, it's the same family.
Oh my God, he's in San Francisco. He's obviously old enough to be like DJ's age or such. Like, he's a fucking cousin.
Whoa, you think DJ got a sex? Is that what you're saying? What really happened? Or wait, maybe Michelle got. That's why she's not in Fuller House, you guys.
See?
Boom.
Michelle's a dude,
She's a dude now,
and she's 50.
and it's okay. It's okay. We're accepting of it. It's okay.
Do you know he's 50?
He's 52? Yeah. Did you know this?
Jeremy Piven?
Jeremy Piven. And by the way, we're doing this live, okay? The episode just came on, and we just came out of the viewing room. That's right, we have a viewing room.
So we
people.
watched it with all of you guys, all
We
two
watched
of
it.
you.
All two, maybe and a half. Who knows?
I really, like, I'm really interested in knowing what the rating was for this series finale of the show.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how many people were watching.
I am going to wager somewhere between 100 and 200,000. And that's about it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 0.5. I'm going to give it a 0.5 milli, you know?
What else is on tonight? It's Sunday. Isn't like The Simpsons on or something?
The Simpsons is on. Shameless is on. What
Yeah.
else is on? What else do people just like to watch?
Anything going on HBO,
Literally
typically.
anything
Maher
else is
on or
going on
something?
right now. He's a Friday man.
Oh, isn't there football or something?
Yeah, there's probably some football-y thing.
There's this, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
You
This-
could literally find anything else on TV, guys, and we didn't. That's what we didn't do. We watched Wisdom of the Crowd, and we haven't even broken into the... We're just talking about how ridiculous it is that we watched Wisdom of the Crowd. We haven't even gotten to the plot of it all. This tech Billy started up this... He started up one app that failed, and I guess he started a second app called Sophie. What do you think? Do you think Sophie is his daughter's name, or do you think Sophie?
No, it's Mia, isn't it?
Oh, Mia's his daughter's name? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so his daughter's dead, and so what he did as a billionaire is he bought a warehouse, hired a bunch of attractive young people, one of which is wearing a Joy Division shirt,
Ooh.
and he started a web sleuth app, which is kind of like how sometimes Reddit solves crimes, like the Luca Magnotta crime. It's like that, but they're using crowdsourcing to actively solve crimes.
Yeah, and I don't really... I
And
mean,
his daughter's dead.
I don't know if they're doing it in the most productive manner either. Also, this warehouse. I want to get into this warehouse. What is this place? Like, it's so many different things at once, honestly.
Again, it's the booty factory from Sons of Anarchy, but now it's been repurposed, and now it's like a...
Gentrification.
Yeah, it
was bought by a tech giant.
And now it's a vigilante hangout.
And that, by the way, we're talking about the Booty Factory from Sons of Anarchy, people, not some booty factory that you may know about. No, this is a very specific booty factory we are referring to.
A very specific warehouse.
Very specific warehouse.
Because all these things take place in like the same like 5 warehouses. All these shows.
I'm pretty sure Teen Wolf may have also used this warehouse too.
The parking garage of the warehouse.
It's a great finale warehouse, to say the least.
I wonder if they knew how much booty had went through that warehouse, you know.
Oh, so much booty juice.
So much.
Just all over the floors.
Not even to mention all the dead
cafe.
Irishmen.
Oh. Oh my god, I just don't even want to imagine the juices flowing through that warehouse.
So one of the first things that happens, though, is that Jeremy Piven gets a number 2 burrito.
He does get that is the first thing. I forgot all about this burrito thing.
It's at the very beginning.
Very, very beginning.
Do you think he's trying to say, this is shit?
Oh, yeah, he's trying to say this
number
whole thing
2
was
burrito.
Shit. The
and
accusations
then
of
the commercial that plays right after that is a Charmin toilet paper commercial. So conspiracies.
Conspiracy, yeah.
I mean, come on.
CBS is trying to say he's totally innie.
Look, if CBS is trying to tell him that, they have no room to talk. Again, CBS is the worst of the like top channels as far as consistently putting out just shovelware television. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't care how you feel about it. Big Bang Theory, come on.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Like, ugh.
We're about to piss off so many people.
It's not good, and everyone. It seems like so many people in my life surround me, people that I really respect and care about, and they love that show.
You're like Bazinga.
Yeah, or
what
people
is that?
People will come up to me and like, someone said something about me seeming like, that seems like you'd be so into that show, and I remember thinking like, this is kind of like nerd blackface a little. Like, it's like totally ridiculous. It's like we're all a little awkward and we're all a little nerdy and we all sound like robots when we get weird.
Yeah,
like,
plus the Indian character is kind of a minstrel show too.
Katie Cuoco or whatever.
That's who
that
that
her
is?
name?
I didn't know. I've been wondering where that name fits into anywhere. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That could fit.
Or her name is Coco or Cuckoo. I don't know.
I've heard. I don't know.
Cuoco.
Maybe I'm mixing it up with the butthole that's on lizards or something. I don't know that word specifically. What's that word?
Coachella.
It's Coachella. Yeah, that's
Right?
the Coachella Film Fest right there. Film Fest.
Film
Jesus
Fest.
Christ. Yeah, exactly.
The Coachella Film
I
Fest.
haven't been. I don't know what they do there. They could be doing.
I think it's an orgy.
Ooh, okay.
It's closer to an orgy than it is a film fest.
It's just like the Desert Fest.
Is
What's
that what music
Desert
is? the Desert Fest.
The Fire Fest.
Yeah, Fire Fest, exactly.
Yeah, that's on a desert island.
Deserted island. Wait. Okay, so let's get to the start of this show. Besides the burrito, we're by a murder board to find out who murdered Mia. Not so. What the fuck? Why didn't he call it Mia? Why didn't he call the? I really thought Sophie was his dog. Damn it.
Okay, so one of the users of Sophie, the app, and it's spelled Sophie like the shorts, like the tiny shorts you wear to cheerleading practice.
How's it spelled?
I think it's SOFFEE. I mean, that's what I'm assuming. That's what I wrote down. I haven't actually looked.
What the fuck does that mean?
Sophie.
I know. I think it stands for something, but I really thought like it
It's
would
like
make sense
shorts.
if it was his daughter and it stood for something.
I don't
Probably-
think it couldn't stand for anything.
I think it stands for socially organized.
Well, it's because if
fucking
you
internet. I don't know.
Yeah.
if you murder
Figure
a schoolgirl, all
fucking
that's left is her shorts when she decays in the ground when they find her.
Boom. Yeah. Let's not get to the shorts part. Let's find her before she's just a pair of shorts. That's all that's left of her. Shorts, they degrade way quicker than these Sophie shorts.
Oh yeah, that cotton.
We're giving credit. 100%.
Sophie is really good cotton, you know.
Yeah, Sophie. We're sponsoring Sophie currently, so you should buy these shorts, you guys.
But it's kind of like WikiLeaks, Reddit, 4chan for web sleuths.
Yeah, and this dude, Jeffrey Tanner, the Jeremy Pivies. He's chilling by his murder board with his number 2 burrito. He has a murder board, and then they find out about a murder place.
Okay, a guy gets murdered.
A guy gets murdered.
Who was a user of Sophie.
He was a big user. It's like crack to him. That's what they said.
Crazy guy, yeah. He was on it all the time, like posting like lizard people memes, basically. And then he's murdered, and they're like, "Oh gosh, my favorite memer went dark online."
Dark on Sophie.
And then so they get a real detective, I guess, to go check it out, and then the fake detectives and the real detectives get to look at his murder board.
Wait a minute.
He made a collage.
I didn't think about
or
that.
vision board.
He had another murder board. There's mortar boards.
Murder
Murder
birds,
boards, by the way, are like the bulletin boards that have the yarn and thread going from pictures and everything. I don't know if they have an official name. I just call them murder boards. I don't. Sounds like a board game.
Listening to Genevieve explain the plot of this show aloud, it really just sounds like a really bad RoboCop movie. Like, it sounds like the RoboCop movie that Peter Weller would be like, no, I'm gonna go be in Sons of Anarchy for like 2 seconds or whatever the fuck. I think it was that show where he or maybe it was The Wire. RoboCop is in one of them where I was like, is that Peter Weller? And it ended up being, it was Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, he had to do that instead of making the movie about Sophie. RoboCop has to stop Sophie.
Has to stop at some point.
Sophie is off. Sophie is offline and still going.
Sophie has a mind of her own.
Is self-aware.
Wait, why the hell did they let Jeremy Piven, not a detective, into that house? Of the murder house. Why did they let any of those murder people in there?
Everyone's being really nice to Jeremy Piven because some time ago, his daughter died.
How'd she die?
She was murdered.
I think she was kidnapped or something, and that's why this app would have helped.
So all they found was her Sophies.
All they found were the Sophies, nothing else. And that was just a tragic moment, so they started the Sophie. And then that's how they find only...
I thought they were saying selfie at first.
Yeah, I thought there was just a bunch of different daughters.
Like, this guy's addicted to selfies. Selfie is like crack to him.
I thought it was a drug. I thought it was like an antidepressant, and that was going to be the big plot. Everyone's on these damn drugs.
I thought it was drugs, too.
Yeah, because he said it's like crack. Like, how is someone addicted to it?
Oh, yeah, it was like
apps,
Flocka.
Yeah.
They're calling bath salts Flocka now. I'm glad it got a rebranding.
Yeah, because it really confused me on bath salts. Like,
bath salts, I did bath salts once. It's like not a big deal.
Like which type? Like the tub?
Yeah, I took a bath once.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal at all.
It's not
people.
what they say.
Just relax, calm your nerves. Take some bath salts and just hot water.
What are they calling it now? Flocka?
Flocka, yeah.
Is it like a Waka Flocka flame type thing? Like,
yeah, they're calling it the zombie drug now.
I mean, it is. That's what it is.
Is that insulting towards like Flocka's music? Come on, do we really or does Flocka endorse Flocka or not? That's the real question.
Or does the Flocka in his name mean something that would be closer to?
I think he flocked first before this Flocka took his name.
And that's true.
Maybe it makes Flocka music better.
I don't know.
Flocka music.
That's my favorite genre.
Well, it's supposed to be kind of like, the feeling is kind of like a cross between like, shitty cocaine or crack and then like ecstasy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be just like really shitty ecstasy, basically.
So it's like you're active, but you're like not going anywhere or something. What are you doing?
Well, like you get some visuals and you get some speedy effects.
Okay, wow. We're talking about a drug here, people. Not Wisdom of the Crowd anymore. We've gotten off of Wisdom of the Crowd. Hardcore. What do you guys think about the squad itself? Composed of one detective. There's only one black detective. And I'm not saying there's only one black detective and there's a white. No, there's just one detective and who is black. So it's just, wow. I
think the real injustice here is the amount of time that the tall, sexy British girl has to spend in the makeup and hair chair. Versus fucking Jeremy Pives doesn't even have to fit into a sweater vest.
Oh yeah, he just gets fatter with the metooies.
God, he's just eating it up.
Just eating
up this negative attention.
Eating up for his last
Again,
job.
he looked like Kevin James with a beard.
Oh yeah, he's getting there.
Yeah,
he's getting to the Kevin Jamesy department.
I used to think he was hot when he was Ari.
I used to think he was hot too. I used to think he was gonna have something. I used to think he was a great actor, not a creep. A great actor.
Yeah, I thought he was acting.
Yeah, I thought he was completely. No, he wasn't. You guys.
Yeah.
Which really says he's not a great actor.
Yeah, not a great actor. Even though
he just is Ari Gold.
The Goods is no, Oliver. I'm glad that you've seen this movie and you can answer this question because I've only ever seen it once. Is that the one where there's a gag where Will Ferrell is dressed as Abe Lincoln falling out of an airplane with dicks? Okay.
Yes, that he was going to do it for a big car selling promotion.
But the parachute ended up being a bunch of dildos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really, really funny.
It's a funny movie, okay? And I don't want you guys to disregard it maybe because of the Piven effect, but
the Piven effect does have an effect here because in his interactions with women, like the very next thing that happens is he's talking to the wife of the web sleuth who was killed.
Who has the murder board in the
murder
basement.
board, yeah.
That talks about lizard people a lot.
The scary murder board, not like Jeremy Piven's murder board, which is okay and perfectly
very
sane.
detailed.
Very sane. So he's talking to this divorcee about, well, I guess they weren't divorced. She was just a widow now. But she's talking about, their marriage falling apart and his obsessions. And I guess she's got a dead kid, too. Which is why...
Yeah, a bunch of dead daughters everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Hashtag dead daughters.
Hashtag dead daughters, me too.
But, like, it's so awkward because all these actors know what Jeremy Piven does.
Yeah, the guy just on the other side of the table. Everyone's giving him like weird glances, like, yeah, what?
Yeah, the big black guy is like looking at the lady like, give me the signal if you need me to get you out of this.
I mean, why did he even need it? Okay, he's a detective. There's a reason the detective's there, but why is the Piven there? He's just a tech billionaire. It'd be like sitting at a table with Mark Zuckerberg while you're talking about your dead daughter. That's so weird.
But that's so modern.
That is, because he's running for president. God fucking damn it. Okay.
And Mark Zuckerberg knows about everyone's like secret affairs and stuff.
And he knows about all their dead daughters.
Yeah, he knows who killed everybody.
He's just waiting on the friend request. That's all he wants.
I have a bad problem anytime anyone mentions Mark Zuckerberg. I do not. I don't, in my mind, I don't visualize the real Mark Zuckerberg.
Jesse Eisenberg?
Jesse fucking Eisenberg.
Yeah.
That is who Mark Zuckerberg is to me.
I can't even think of Jesse Eisenberg as not Mark Zuckerberg. I'm just like, oh, Mark Zuckerberg's in a new movie.
Oh, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg's coming out with a new movie,
He's
guys.
such a good actor.
He's really pulling through.
He can really play himself. He's like the Ari Gold of autistic people.
You know, speaking of Me Too and Mark Zuckerberg, or, well, Eisenberg, I really hated Harvey Weinstein, like, ever since the King's Speech did the clean sweep at the Oscars that year. Even though Jesse Eisenberg was obviously like the best acted, because it was like, oh, King's Speech was just like every British thing you've ever seen, and then a guy stammers a little bit and wins an Oscar. But Eisenberg was super good.
It basically made him Zuckerberg. That's what it did. Otherwise, we'd call him that dude from the zombie movie. We're never gonna know your name, Eisenberg, even though we know your name. But whatever. Anyway. And then at the same time as that interview with Mark Zuckerberg, the detective and the dead daughter mother who had the murder basement in the basement.
But the mother's like, she's like, you shouldn't read too much into this. But Jeremy Piven is wearing his reading glasses, his gigantic ass reading glasses. How is he not going to read? Like, he's here to read murder boards.
And he sees the dots connecting and the yarns threading. Okay,
and then he's going to get on his murder app and he's going to ask the guy eating French fries.
Oh, by the way, that wife was divorced from that dude. It's been like 5 years, I think, is what 5 or 3. I get those numbers confused.
I think, 5 years since the child died.
But since she discovered the room and he got creepy, though. He's been working on that basement for some time.
They just call that like a guy's room, right?
Well, she just got scared of it. Like, it was like his hobby, his crack or whatever.
Now, who was Lana Del Old?
Lana Del Old was that's the blonde. For the one person that may have watched Wisdom of the Crowd, that is the woman with the blonde hair that is with Piven, who lost the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's trying to get some dude freed who's wrongly jailed. Mm-hmm. And she talks like this, like she has collagen in her mouth and she's kind of stoned.
I mean, for a daughter concept, I mean, we have a lot of like, I'm going to find my daughter. I got all these skills. I'm going to eat your asshole. And then
I'm going to start an app. I'm going to take my
grief
and
this was a
start
different way to go for it because he's a tech billionaire. He doesn't have any skills. He has Mark Zucker creepiness to him.
Now he gets to stick his fingers in everyone else's daughter's murders.
He just looks like he's breathing all the time, and I don't think that's I don't think that, you know what I mean? Like he's very. Like he's very like I don't think
his head weighs a lot.
I don't think that was a conscious choice on Piven's part, if like to play as the character as like some exasperated dad who's all like weighed down by his money and his guilt and his mostly white guilt. Let's be honest. Look at the guy, and like all these problems. He's just like not used to being so like overweight, and he's walking around just lumbering.
Eating his feelings.
Oh yeah, it's difficult. Because he's not really a fat guy. I mean, we're being kind of unfair because he is 52.
52. He was so aerodynamic though. Back in the Entourage days when he's freaking out as Ari, he could move.
Fly.
He could go through. He could sell a car.
He could just tackle his skinny little wife.
Like you said before, he has had a good life as a dog. If we're gonna consider acting years, dog years life.
Oh yeah, it's like when a promising ballerina dances for a few years and then blows out her knee. It's like she had a good run. After molesting someone. Yeah. How much do you think he weighs?
Ooh.
Okay,
this is the big... Okay. We're going to get to weight first? All right.
We're doing a game.
Doing a little game, people.
Yeah.
Look at our... right now. How much he weighs right now? What year are we talking about?
Right now. No, in that show.
Now. Okay, in that show. So, he was aerodynamic. He's a little guy. Mm-hmm. Let's think. All right.
He's shorter than the British lady. The British lady...
Do we have a way to actually figure this out?
I have it pulled up in a window. I haven't looked yet.
Okay. We have the info. We haven't seen it yet. If you're at home, if you're in a car, if you're wherever, guess at home. what does this man weigh? He's a little bit chunkier now, wearing a lot of coats.
He really fills out that sweater vest.
Ooh.
His head is big. His head probably weighs 20 pounds alone.
So are we doing weight first, and then we're going to do height? Is that what we're going to do?
Well, I guess...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
okay.
harder.
All right. We're going to start with the weight. I'm going to go with 170.
I'm going to go with, like, 186.
Okay.
I'm going to go with 202.
Yeah, it very well could be 200
All right.
if he has, like, some surprise inches on his height. Okay, height. I'm going to go with... I feel like the British lady was, like, Taylor Swift's height, but in heels.
Mm-hmm.
So she was probably effectively almost 6 feet. I feel like he's, like, 5'9", 5'10".
All right, I want you to see that first before I just want to know the weight first entirely, actually. I don't know. What do you want to do on this one?
No, let's go.
Yeah, you're going to be the one with the knowledge at this point.
Okay.
All right. So what's that weight?
Drum roll. Wisdom of the crowd.
Wisdom of the crowd. For crowd out loud. Crowd surfing. Sourcing. Crowd out loud. We're surfing the crowd sources, okay? That's what we're doing.
It says he weighs 167 pounds, but I think that's a lie.
I think that's aerodynamic days.
Yeah. That's a lie. I don't know how old this is. It's on Stars Informer.
All right.
Oh, but his height is 5'10", which means he's definitely 5'9".
5'10". All right.
Definitely 5'9".
You didn't let us guess.
You didn't let us guess. Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
were ripped out of this guessing moment. People at home
I just
were
knew
too.
he was like gonna be Taylor Swift size.
You were close. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
How tall is Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift is like, she's like my height, so she's like 5'10"-ish.
5'10".
5'9" or 5'10".
Oh, wow. Yeah. So he had to have been wearing lifts. Everyone was taller than him, but Jesus, yeah, it was
Yeah,
funny.
because that British lady was Taylor Swift height.
Yeah, he had to look at everybody like a chicken would, just like, with his neck all back.
Yeah, I loved how those angles worked for him. So the next thing we find out, though, is lizard people.
Oh, yeah, the squad in the basement. How do you guys feel about the little lackeys? There was the girl who did work. There was Josh, the guy who believes that anything is possible, even lizard people.
Well, aliens and lizard people, they did find evidence of that in 1945 that one time.
And then the guy's like, dude, shut up. You really believe in that? Is the guy wearing the Joy Division shirt who literally divides the joy in the room. He lives up to the shirt. Like,
yeah, and he's got earrings.
Earrings, because he's so skeptical that he had to get earrings because he's like, yeah, this is sexy. Sure.
Cool guy beard.
Cool. I'm fucking cool. He's cool. And
and meanwhile, the only person doing work is the girl, and she notices that the journals are missing.
They don't mention names in this show much. I try at least to write down the names as much as I can. They really do not mention names enough for me to catch anything. And sometimes they say weird names too. Like I think someone's name is Car Bullock. Is that who got killed? Car Bullock, or is it Carl? I couldn't tell.
Carbuncle.
The Bullock I could hear very like clearly, but I couldn't tell what it was before.
Carl Bullock.
Could be Carl
Maybe.
Bullock. Yeah, he once married Sandra Bullock, and he's like, I'm keeping the name, folks. I'm keeping it.
Maybe she kept his name because it was so strong.
But the girl who does work, that sounds like the next in the girl tattoo series.
No, it sounds like an Ivanka Trump book.
Oh yeah, she's
the
a
girl
working
who
woman.
does work.
The girl who does work. She was able to find out this dude is really, his murder board is fucking top notch. Okay, he has all these references to these journals, and he's like really keeping a catalog of everything.
Journals won't tell you who murdered your daughter, though.
Oh, I think the fucking missing journals will, okay? If there's journals missing, they have to tell you who killed the daughter.
No, you're absolutely right. You never have a missing journal in any show and it not be like the central focus thing. And that's not just like a show. That's movies, video games,
but think
books,
about like
anything.
Real life. How many times have you had a journal and it's missing? And it's just like, oh, I misplaced it.
Or that's someone else saying the journal is missing, though. That could be like the dude doing the murder board was like, what the fuck was I talking about in journals 16 through 19? But no, I'm throwing these away. These are so... I was crazy for a second. The lizard people make sense. I was talking about like McDonald's controversy. I don't know that links.
It's completely unrelated.
Unrelated.
Ronald McDonald did not kill this girl.
He's innocent.
But there is like the senator guy who's a reptilian.
He's a fucking lizard man.
They've
How
got
we
the
know?
gifts to prove it.
We know because we crowdsourced it, okay? Which was very, very weird. So, how did they crowdsourced it, and the crowd online, the people on Skype, the construction workers, they all looked at it, and they're like, all right, I'm going to vote for I think did the crime, because they uploaded all the journals, except for the missing ones, obviously. And they picked the lizard man did it. How are they able to pick the Lizard Man did the crime if the Lizard Man wasn't an option? Because the boss dude, Jeremy Pitballs, acts like, this is ridiculous. How could this even be possible?
But it was entered into their algorithm, and then eventually he decided, let's just run the algorithm, and we'll enter in the lizard men, lizard babies, lizard girls, lizard hot girls, lizard babes. We'll enter all the lizards into the algorithm.
Yeah, they said Lizard Man a lot in this
because that's
episode.
what you do with an algorithm. You throw lizards
I
at
like
it.
that, like the group of people on these boards who are voting for Lizard Man as the answer. Are these people are looked at as like the good guys, right?
Yeah, not just idiots on 4chan or anything. Not just people on Reddit just like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, lizards did it.
Yeah, like these are memers.
These are trusted detectives, okay?
Yeah, these are the guys that solved the Luca Magnotta cat murdered plot.
That is true, okay? That is probably what inspired
But the thing
show
is,
more than
they
anything.
only solved that because cat memes.
Because cats were being
They were
killed.
still memeing.
If you kill a cat, dude, the internet will fucking find you, okay?
Is Luca Magnotta the one you said I looked like?
Yeah, you do look a lot like him.
We are doing the... We didn't introduce ourselves, I'm so sorry. I'm Oliver, and this is Luca Magnotta joining
Luca
us
Magnotta.
tonight. Yeah,
From
in the top.
Canada.
From Canada.
My
From
real
prison.
guys, Luca Magnotta's fine, but my real name is Chugs Sinatra.
Oh, you're going for a new...
Oh,
wow,
wow.
okay. Have you been hyping yourself up on many websites lately, or it's just new image?
He's definitely not Frank Sinatra's child. Definitely,
definitely not.
Those
Definitely
rumors
not.
are completely unfounded.
Completely unfounded. The
His
Frank
mom
Sinatra
is
child
Mia
of Mobile
Farrow, but
everyone's
that
talking
doesn't
about.
mean
Doesn't mean a thing.
a thing.
Even though I read it on all these blogs.
I
Doesn't
can't
mean
comment.
Me too.
a thing. Yes,
Oh, no.
always.
All right, so anyway, the senator, a guy in a wheelchair.
Lizard Man. Wait, was he in a wheelchair?
No, remember the guy on the detective? One of their web sleuth
God.
detectives.
Yeah.
This is
Skype
where we really get
detectives.
to the heart of the show.
This is crowdsourcing at its best.
This guy's in a wheelchair and he's doing detective work. He just saw the Lizard Man senator go into a no-tell motel, the place where people fuck, because he grew up being really into hookers. I mean, TJ Hooker. He was into TJ Hooker, the show.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really into hookers, and he just likes to feel useful because he feels so handicapped. He can solve murders.
And if this sounds like someone you should not be wasting your time with, as in the person they're Skyping with, that's because it is just a dude off the streets. They are Skyping men on the streets eating fries.
The overuse of the Skyping, I'm sure that it was done just because it's much cheaper to shoot something like that than to actually like shoot like a whole day on a set on a street corner. These guys are not Law and Order.
No, this is
And
not SVU budget.
Yeah.
No, so it's a lot easier just to say, we'll just get a really good close up on like an iPhone 6 and then like just kind of pop it in. And
Yeah, we
there
wasted
you
all
go.
our money on that drone episode.
It's like, well, it's more cinematic than just showing what it really would be, which is a bunch of like Reddit user type interfacing on a message board. Like
Uggos
everyone's
on the
going to be
street.
called Buttchug 96.
Yeah, I guess that is a better option, just showing a dude munching on fries. Like, yeah, I got the detective work.
He reminded me of that guy, well, like all those guys who do the fast food reviews in the parking lot, and they're like, damn, these fries.
Yeah, I thought that guy was like, they were watching videos of the dude that got murdered. No, this is how we do detective crowdsourcing style. People, we just talk to people in the street. I mean, they could just call them up over the cell phone. I really don't get what we have to Skype, but we got to be techie.
The Lizard Man ends up dead, though, remember?
Oh yeah, he does end up dying. Double suicide, as in suicide in 2 different ways.
Yeah, he takes pills, and he does the kill yourself in your garage thing, with your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carbon
And
monoxide.
I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to send you to the website.
I'm not gonna send you to the wiki
I'm
house.
not going to draw a picture.
I'm gonna tell you it's 9 steps. It's not that hard. Okay, it's a lot easier than you think.
But
Honestly, you can probably do it in less than 9.
You can do it in an afternoon. Okay.
whoever makes the best YouTube video about it wins a prize.
And,
Yeah.
and you know, just hashtag day trip. Hashtag day trip at
Life trip.
Yeah. And make sure to
Man.
tag us at So What Did I Miss?
So what did I miss? Does not support the suicide in any sort of way. So The detective figures this out because he's actually a fucking
He is a detective.
Yeah, he's the only one. He gets a nicer office. He's not in the weird warehouse.
But
that
he
is
doesn't
every
even
set at
have his
once.
own app. Like, who's he? He doesn't have an app.
He has no Sophie shorts.
Does he have a startup?
No.
Does he even have a daughter?
Ugh. Yeah, he
Is
doesn't
she
have a
dead
daughter
yet?
to die yet. Come on, dude. But he figures out, hey, there's a foul play afoot. I was about to say foul foot a play. I don't know. I corrected it, but then I messed it up by saying it. Either way, he figures this out because that's suspicious. Who's going to double suicide themselves? Someone that's trying to be sure of suicide? Maybe. But probably not. It's one at a time, people. That's what we usually do.
I was gonna say, honestly, there's people who do successfully commit suicide. A lot of times it is
They double down?
double down.
Double down.
Yeah.
Double or
double-decker.
nothing. Ooh, one time this cop told me this story about there was this woman who shot herself in the head. And women don't normally shoot themselves in the head. They normally do other things.
Mm-hmm.
And she shot herself in the head and it didn't work. Like, she was still alive. She was definitely shot in the face. But then she went to go look in the mirror. That's the first thing she did. She went to the bathroom to look in the mirror and she saw, and then she went ahead and just shot herself again.
Shit.
So they had like the blood track of her going and then dying in front of the mirror. Like, wait, I need to see
Wait,
this shit.
how do I look, though? I mean, maybe if I could pull it off, if it's a badass scar, I'll live.
Maybe it fixed my nose thing, my weird nose
Yeah,
thing.
maybe this was the nose job I needed to be class president.
My dad had a friend who did this kind of the same thing. I mean, I don't know if he looked in the mirror, but he shot himself in the head. I guess it kind of ricocheted off at the angle or whatever, and then he crawled himself to the gun and then put it in his mouth and pulled the trigger.
Okay.
Man,
Double down.
Jeez,
double
double
down.
or nothing, man.
Double deck it.
this is a dark fucking episode.
Yeah, this
really
is a very
is.
dark conversation.
But no, it's not even really an episode about suicide, though, so we don't even have to have this conversation
Not at
because
all.
he was murdered by his assistant.
Oh yeah, that's how I forgot all about that. Yeah, the bitch boy. I was figuring this out. I was like, no. The bitch boy took his what was that thing called? The toll pass.
His hall pass
Hall pass.
across the bridge,
Yeah.
the Golden Great Gate Bridge.
The
Which,
Golden
first of all,
Gate.
it's not a real suicide because if you live in San Francisco and you kill yourself, you're gonna jump off the bridge.
Yeah, easily.
That's why they have the bridge. That's why they built it.
That's why they built it, people.
It's for commuting, raising toll money, and suicide.
Suiciding. And if you're gonna suicide, double down. You gotta take some pills, take something along the way. Maybe shoot yourself while you're doing it. Once again, we don't support suicide. But
No, we don't.
But sometimes suiciding is exciting.
Yeah, we're sort of a think tank. So of
Well,
course
for-
we're gonna
for
think about it.
Television, we're a writer's room. so
Exactly.
we're gonna talk about this shit real
Yeah,
style.
we're gonna get real, just like this show isn't afraid to get real with some. Okay, how the hell did he coerce that the confession out of that dude? I've seen, and you were talking about the whole he asked for a lawyer.
He did.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know why. I'm sure they didn't write this into the show and pay attention to it because it's coming to an end anyway. What are we doing
Yeah.
extending? But who's the bitch boy who took the hall pass to get across the Golden to get across the Golden Gate
Because
Bridge?
you know that
So we can go
bridge
to the
hall
bathroom
monitor,
every day.
He's always watching. The hall
Yeah.
monitor's always there.
So the detective number one, the number one detective,
Only
one, he is just kind of not hammering him super hard, but just eventually gets bitch boy to spills guts
Very easily.
spew. Very easily.
What does bitch boy expect he's getting out of this? He's just like, yeah, I sort of did it. Sure, whatever.
Yeah, but then eventually he's like,
I just
well,
did it for
I
the bid.
Yeah, whatever, man. I did it, and then he's like, I can get leniency, right? I can get leniency. All of that would have been totally
Inadmissible.
inadmissible
There we go.
in court because he asked for a lawyer halfway through it, right before he spilled all of the beans. He asked for a lawyer.
He wouldn't have said anything after that.
But then he
either.
did.
And then even if he did, it wouldn't matter.
And that's the thing. It happens in Law and Order all the time. That it happens, and then they get to the court, and whoever the Kevin Pollak or whoever the fuck is on the other side is like, it's bullshit. Throw it out. Happens all
and
the
the
time.
judge is like,
Oh, yeah, I
you're
forgot
over
what
stepping ground here.
the judge thing was even about. They were just like, hey, this is a conflict of interest because, you know what, Jeremy Piven apparently screwed you over with the startup that he had. I don't know.
This show is lacking Casey Novak.
Oh,
or
yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
type of character.
I think it's lacking every character. I think this is just lacking the fact that it's not Law and Order right now.
Special Victims Unit,
Special Victims Unit
specifically.
Dum. Yeah, there's no Ice-T to explain social media to us. Like, there's this new app, man. It's called Sophie.
Wait a minute. So we could just Skype people on the street to help us solve crimes?
So you're telling me some guy in a wheelchair is out there doing my job for free?
Man, that's crazy. We don't even get paid. We could have made this show so... Okay, I'm saying there's a good idea here, okay? I think in my heart, this could have been done.
It just might need to be produced and co-created by Dick Wolf.
Yeah.
I think if you
definitely.
took Dick Wolf and Joss Whedon.
Oh, God, no.
I know we shit on Joss Whedon, but if you think about like the level of like cuteness and kind of like hipness that Joss Whedon can do.
And they really did try with the Underling squad with the Joy Division guy and his relationship with Josh.
It was so far off.
Yeah, it was so awkward, and I thought, like, if anything, this would just turn violent because they look like they really hate each other.
Yeah.
The chemistry was not there.
It
People.
looks like a horrible place to work, you know? Like, imagine, like, being one of those guys that works for an app where other people are web sleuthing.
Oh, God, and works in a dark warehouse where, like, background people are
With
just walking
Jeremy
through,
Piven?
swiping on phones.
Imagine being a woman
Yeah, just walking around him.
anywhere
Ugh.
near. What actress did he get Me Too'd by?
I have no idea.
You have the computer wear. You have the power.
All right, talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst ourselves about Lizard Man. God, they really did play that for a long time. How many fucking... I really felt like this was going to take an X-Files direction for a hot second. I was like, what is going on?
This show, I don't want to like disparage anyone who likes this show, but this show was written by idiots. It was written by people who didn't know much about what they were actually trying to write about with this weird dark web type of thing. This all sounds like 4chan bullshit. And like Slender Man, lizard people, Slender Man, all of this stuff. Like, it's just like...
Yeah, and they act surprised when people start memeing and mixing serious stuff and memeing.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And this was the total extent of the knowledge of this kind of stuff from these writers. And I don't know. That's why you keep bringing it up over and over again, because you don't know what else. You don't even know another way to describe these people. They're just lizard people. This Lizard Man.
This Lizard Man, yeah. I think you just insulted all the fans and all the writers all in one, which were the same people, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay, do you
I'm
want
good at being bad.
hear a little Access Hollywood? We all know about the Access Hollywood tape. We all know about it, of course. It's the thing that we equate it with Trump, basically. When we hear it, it's Trump now. We don't think Access Hollywood is a real thing, but Jeremy Piven
Has his own tape.
His little own Access
When
Hollywood.
they're famous, they let you do it.
Oh, definitely.
Oliver, are you going to play this for us?
Am I gonna? I definitely am gonna play this. It's just an Access Hollywood review that sounds a little bit creepy in current context.
Let's do it.
But we get to learn a little bit about the show, a little bit about the concept. So we could certainly go over it, talk over it as it comes at us.
He took a lie detector test.
Oh, we did?
Was going to inspire
He might be a good actor, guys. Still.
It's a great concept that it's called Wisdom of the Crowd, my show, and
My
character
show.
devises a
My show.
real-time
Not like
crowdsourced
Entourage,
crime-solving site
which was my show.
to help
My
find
show
the
too.
murderer of his daughter.
Hashtag my
And
show.
I think it's something that could exist and should exist.
Exactly.
We
My
use
point exactly. He could exist.
Crowdsourcing
could
and
start that
crowdfunding
app.
for so
It
many
sucks,
different
but
things.
it could exist.
To save
Why
his
not
fictional
do
daughter.
it to actually solve crimes? So the audiences are very savvy these days, and I think
Jeremy
they'll get
Piven
that
invented the
it's
internet.
something that's authentic.
Me too.
And my character is heartbroken over the loss of his daughter, and he'll do anything to find her. And I think that's a very fertile and unique premise for a show like this.
Can you talk a little bit about working with Monica, who plays your ex-wife on the show? She just walked past you behind you, and just that's a fun dynamic to get to explore.
She's the kind of person
Lana
where,
Del
I
Rey?
mean, it's interesting
Yes.
with actors because
Nice.
we didn't know each other. We had to meet and kind of like step up our process and get to know each other as soon as possible and fast as possible. And she's from Cleveland, I'm from Chicago. We immediately bonded, and
Is that a
it
Bond?
was
Cleveland and Chicago.
We're both from
shockingly
C
comfortable with her.
cities.
So we had great chemistry, and it's working really well. And we not only we were supposed to play
This is-
people that have been together, we were supposed to play people that have now separated. So it was fun, and she's great.
It's fun and she's great. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not damning or anything, but it's just creepy with our current knowledge of how she was probably creeped out with him in the last episode. I bet everyone fucking was. Jesus Christ.
She looked creeped out, but she also looked like she took way too many Valium. So
yeah, she looked kind of numb
actually,
in the face.
she looked like she was on lithium.
Yes. Like the Lana Del Rey Sugar Daddy cocktail.
Wait, what information were you researching at the time?
Okay. So
I completely
he
forgot.
he came on, he groped a extra
Oh yeah.
from Entourage.
Oh, okay. That's the only one?
No reactions indicative of deception on his lie detector test.
Okay.
So the Oscar goes to.
Hey, I mean, he could still be a great actor, people. Or I don't know what that can mean on the other hand. But how did this even end?
Johnny Drama stuck up for him
Johnny Drama, what?
from Entourage.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about someone on the Wisdom show. Oh, okay. Fucking drama, Jesus. Okay, so how did this episode...
I thought you'd been on the show too, because he asked how it ended.
Oh, yeah. So we're back to the murder board. Piven is looking at his murder board, because I guess we solved the murder Lizard Man. So Lizard Man killed...
No.
Killed
No.
Basement Boy, killed Basement Man, and then his bitch boy... Okay, so there's two murder... What happened? So what I missed?
So what I
missed?
Guys, so what all did
Okay,
we miss?
there are several deaths. Everyone's daughter is dead.
The daughters die first. The daughters died prior.
They've been dead.
They've been dead. Now we got Car Bullock dead.
Now we
in
got
the
a dead
basement,
lizard.
who was killed by his Lizard Man, right? And then Bitch Boy killed Lizard Man.
All of this daughter
Yes.
talk is making me really want to listen to some John Mayer.
My daughter. Oh, I'm talking about Pearl.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
No, I'm okay.
You don't know where-
That is all I wanted to do. Because every time I sing that song, it turns into an Alanis Morissette song, and I'm not gonna do that live, people.
Oh no, you guys. Okay. Broken man. Breaking news,
Oh.
broken man. Jeremy Piven breaks down in tears
Aww.
and storms out
Of what?
of new TV show amid sex scandal.
Was that
Storm.
this show? Storm. Oh, did you? There's another thing. He had a
4 women.
4 women. Fuck. Okay. He had a interview that was pre-taped with the Colberts that was about to air, but then the scandals broke. Not aired. Not
Yeah,
shown.
I read about that. Yeah.
I want to see it.
I want to see it too. I'm kind of upset.
Oh man.
This is the last interview. This is really his last moment. He's like, this is it.
Yeah.
Do you guys think he's ever gonna come back?
No.
Advertising
No.
executive Tiffany Bacon Scooby.
Stop.
Bacon Scooby?
Scorby.
Scorby.
Scourby.
Scourby.
Stop. This is your... we have the internet source at our side, so she has to turn to reveal the news. And
He was
then read
creeping
it.
on young girls on Instagram, Franco style.
Oh, okay.
He knows how to use Instagram. Did he learn that for the show?
I don't even know how to use Instagram, honestly.
Did his dead daughter
Crazy.
teach him? All right, Daddy, this is how you use Instagram.
Okay, to the show ending, it ends with we're back at the murder board because that's I guess what we turn to. He's pivoting to his murder board at the end of the episode, looking at the yarns. He's Xing out people. For some reason, his face is in the middle of it. Did he murder his daughter? That's a good question.
No, I think the other guy put Jeremy Piven's face in the middle of his murder board, and Jeremy Piven just has all the murder boards at his house.
Oh, he has a summary of murder boards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think anyone that we saw on the episode we watched murdered his daughter.
Okay.
I'm sure that the person who did would have been probably, once the show kept going into a planned or whatever second season, you'd start introducing more characters that could be, and then eventually you would.
It would be like Vandersloot.
Yeah.
I would like
the
it to be
Aruba guy.
someone of the squad, though. That'd be
Dutch
tight.
National.
It's the Black Detective.
It's the Joy Division shirt.
The
guy.
Joy Division
That-
shirt guy.
Dividing
No,
the
it's
joy.
that British girl. She murdered Jeremy Piven's daughter so that she could fuck Jeremy Piven.
Fake a British accent.
Because she shows up to his house, uninvited, while he's, having a crisis in his murder room.
Oh yeah, or is that his warehouse? I couldn't tell when a thing was a warehouse part or any other location in the world. That warehouse covered everything.
Yeah.
It's like a cafe at one point. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
They serve coffee here. Is it warehouse coffee?
But we're at the murder board, and Piven's just like, "Ugh, God, this murder board's not really helping me deduce the murderer. What can I do?
Should I change the color of the yarn?
No, you should crowdsource it, isn't it? Crowdsource it, isn't the
We
British
should
word?
crowdsource it.
Crowdsource
We should
it.
take it to the crowd.
Take it to the crowd.
Sunday drivers, and it's only Saturday.
And so he's like, yeah, I guess that could work. I mean, why didn't he do that before? Isn't that the reason he made
That's
the
the
app?
reason he made the app.
What the fuck? Why are you
But
waiting
then
so
it just
long?
sort of ends like they've already solved the lizard people thing. They took down
they?
lizard people.
Did they?
Did they?
Really?
Yeah, it was all the assistant.
Oh yeah, but
The
was he a lizard?
Was he a lizard or was he a snake?
Oh yeah, because he did
Oh,
say
that-
we're
yeah.
messing with a snake right now, so we're never
Just
gonna
'cause
know.
he
Maybe
was
they just
having an
didn't know the
affair?
They
difference.
are reptiles, right? Like,
He was having sex, so he's obviously a lizard.
he's a fucking snake now.
He looked kind of like the senator guy. Looked like the Trivago guy, the guy on the Trivago commercials. We saw a lot of commercials.
Oh,
this
yeah.
We
night.
did. Yeah.
We did
We
see a
watched
lot
it,
of
real TV.
Travags. That guy's creepy. He really does look like
He's
a murderer.
like too good looking.
Yeah, no offense. If Trivago guy, if you're a fan, if you're that one guy who's like listening to us,
I would not go to a hotel with
We
you,
don't
but
like you.
I would totally go to a hotel with you.
You can really stop listening.
yeah,
Well,
stop
no,
it.
no. Like I like him. I just don't trust him.
Don't trust it. Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
gonna kill us though. Yeah,
Like he's like a John Mayer, except he'll actually kill you
He'll
with all your
actually fucking
skin,
kill you, yeah.
like
You
a
just
lizard.
wish John Mayer would kill
He
you.
won't
so you
just
didn't
sing
have to
about
be
our dead
around.
daughters.
My
Bye.
You already won me over. So he uploads it to the crowd.
He
the
uploads
Sophie
his
network.
murder board, which is like vision boards.
I guess he didn't think his murder board was good enough. He's like, it's not good enough to upload to the crowd just yet. I want to fine tune the yarn. But he finally does it. It gets a shit ton of views. And then he looks over to the side. And there's his daughter. My daughter just standing there. And she's like, hey, I'm kind of creeped out by you
Like,
looking at me.
I'm proud of you, Dad, but I'm also flirting with you a little bit. Like, come on.
And he's like,
Do you think he fucked his daughter?
ooh.
I don't-
Hashtag me too.
I mean Jeremy Piven.
Jeremy
The
Piven.
actress, not,
No, I think he couldn't catch her. He's too fat.
Too fat. He's too fat. Yeah, the jacket's slowing her down.
Yeah.
She's quick. And she's dead. She wasn't there the whole time. It was a ghost, people. He sees ghosts.
Maybe he was dead the whole time.
All that's left is her Sophie's.
Oh, that would be the good twist. That would be an annoying twist. But
Yeah. No, but like it ends on a nice note. It's like, all right, sad guy with a lot of money. If you're gonna pay us to keep working in your warehouse, yeah, we're just gonna devote all our time to solving your daughter's murder.
yeah.
Even though they never will, because it's just probably just some guy she went out with from Tinder.
And plus, she's been dead for years. So
Even before Tinder, she was the first person on Tinder, and she died.
How old was the kid supposed to be when she died?
I don't know. I'm gonna assume she looked like TV-13 or was she TV-16?
No, that
She
girl.
looked-
That girl looked older. Like
She looked like one of those Teen Wolf teenagers. Like she's 21.
yeah,
Yeah.
like she's definitely older.
But I think she was a teen. Why do we even care about a 20-year-old
He's
daughter,
52.
right?
Like we forget he's 52
Yeah.
because we think he's just like a 30-year-old that's getting fat, but no, he is a hot 52-year-old.
Yeah. Oof.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
But
I didn't think he was very hot. Not
No,
here.
not in this.
No,
no, yeah, he
he's-
was hot as Ari. I mean, he's not hot after the allegations.
Nah.
Just-
I wonder if in the pilot episode he was hotter, which probably took place a year prior. So
Maybe.
maybe
he's still wearing the same sweater vest though. And
Definitely. he's wearing a thicker
Changed.
version now, or is it just him being?
I'm definitely not going back to watch any of
Ta.
the show. Unlike, again, I'm never going to go back and watch Private Practice, but I was telling you guys earlier, and now I'll tell the listeners, I did watch a couple of episodes of Grey's Anatomy.
He's caught. He's caught in the web of Grey's Anatomy. He's
It's
stuck.
like crack to him.
It's
It's
crack.
like Sophie. It's like murderers going on Sophie to solve crimes.
And he's gonna get killed by a lizard person every time, Luca. Every time.
Luca. My name is Chugs Sinatra.
Okay, fine. Chuggles,
you.
whatever.
Thank you.
Ugh.
Chubbles?
Porn star.
Chug.
Okay, porn star Isis Taylor.
ISIS.
I knew a stripper named Isis. She had to change it, but she waited like a full 2 weeks to change her name after the ISIS thing
Yeah.
started happening, like the very beginning of ISIS.
She's like, nah, trust me, this will blow
Well,
over.
she was so
I can keep it.
sweet, and by sweet I mean so dumb. I think she just didn't realize.
Oh, bless your heart.
And guys were probably like, oh, your name's Isis? That's so funny. And she's like, yeah.
I'm gonna destroy your artifacts.
Okay, so he exposed himself to Isis Taylor and told her to touch it.
To touch it. Hey,
To
Isis.
touch it.
Touch it, Isis.
Touch it.
Touch it, Isis.
She's really pretty.
Aw, Isis is pretty.
You can't see her,
No, I
but
can't, but I'll pretend that I can.
she's got boobs. So.
Cool.
Boom.
Boom.
Meets the status. Overall B+. I like how it ended. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. It's open-ended. It could be just the end because you know what? They're probably not gonna solve that murder. And he was just happy enough to know that he made us something that'll help other dudes solve their murder, kidnappings, whatever the fuck happened. So what I miss? I don't know.
It's more like a sad place for like parents of dead kids to get together and act like they're making progress,
Oh,
and really
yeah.
they're just spending Jeremy Piven's money.
Oh yeah, is it just a network of dead daughter dudes?
Well, how's he making
Dead
money?
daughter.
My daughter died.
Dead daughter.
Yeah, they killed my daughter. And they all just get on the network in their wheelchairs and
In
stuff.
spite of
Yeah.
me.
That's really depressing software right there. That's
And
some
what?
sad
Well, like,
integration.
how are they making money? Because like with Facebook, the product is you. So are they selling data about dead daughters?
Oh God, they're just selling it to everybody.
The product is you should be Facebook's like tagline. That should be like their marketing thing.
Yeah.
no,
product
that's the secret. They
Is
don't want us to
you.
know.
No,
that.
no, they should just run with it and make people be like, "You're right. I am the product."
Oh, they're selling dad data.
Dude, when I worked for Sears, people would joke all the time, like, why are people saying we're trying to data mine? What even is that? But the whole Shop Your Way reward system was data mining. That's the only way that Sears was making money.
breaking insider secrets right here, right
It's
now.
true. They're data mining. We were encouraged to collect phone numbers, all kinds of information from old people that they didn't want to give.
Yeah, you gotta have like a fake old number or fake emails, definitely. Don't want to
Yeah.
be tracked entirely or data. So they're just getting all these dead daughter dad data. That's a good alliteration.
And they're going to sell them stuff.
sell them,
sell
like,
them wheelchairs.
dead daughter
And French
equipment.
fries, like burgers. Those burgers, that one web thing was sponsored by Wendy's.
Shirts
So
that
he's
say "I
eating-
was proud of my daughter, but then she died."
My
You can
daughter
ask me
was an
about
A
it.
student.
My daughter was the best. Oh, just the saddest now.
My marriage used to be on solid grounding.
So do you think any of the Me Too dudes will come back? Any of them? Because there's been a lot. I mean, we're even jumping into 2018, and we got allegations of flying on Aziz Ansari
Today.
Today,
Aziz.
Aziz, right? Like what? He wrote the modern romance book, and of course we got the Franco. We got, but it's an ongoing thing. You think that it's gonna like plateau? What's gonna happen?
We're gonna see about James Franco, and I was talking to you guys earlier about that. With Franco, there's still a couple of weeks before the Oscar nominations come out. We'll know how they stand and how they really feel about it when that happens. Because again, if they really care, if they care enough, they will just replace him with the next guy in line and just have it be. He's already won a couple of awards,
Oh yeah,
and
and people were not happy handing those awards to him.
no. And then the Golden Globes thing, it happened like literally the next day was when this really broke. And then I
Yeah.
think the Critics' Choice
He
Award has
should
happened
have
since
let
then.
Tommy Wiseau speak. 'cause
Definitely.
really
does
should have.
Tommy Wiseau have any allegations? We just assume he's a rapist.
Yeah, just look at that hair.
It's just a given.
Rapist hair right there.
He's an Eastern European monster who claims to be from New Orleans.
Orleans, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he's like some kind of swamp creation.
Yeah.
I do love
You
it.
know, like he's
He's-
birthed from like a Haitian voodoo woman's urn or something.
Just kept there for 30 years.
He's
Yeah.
he's an adorable Eastern European abortion of a man, but I love him.
But do you think any
Yeah.
of these other dudes are gonna bounce back? Probably
No.
not Danny Master, because who even knew
Danny
Danny
Master.
Masterson's name before
He was
this?
just a working actor.
Like
That's
I
all
didn't
he
know
is.
his name. I didn't know his name at all before this broke. This probably did more for his career than
It
any
didn't.
That 70s Show episode.
Well, no, he's been solidly getting work.
Yeah, he's been solidly
whole
there,
time.
but I don't
Because
think many
his
knew
like
his name.
his best friends like Ashton Kutcher.
Oh yeah,
And that's-
Ashton Kutcher is culpable.
Ooh,
Complicit.
He's complicity.
Complicity, like Felicity.
Felicity, yeah. Ooh, what if he gets Me Too'd? Would you be surprised?
No.
Well, who's
Not in the
next? If
slightest.
Aziz happened, I mean,
Right?
Leonardo DiCaprio has to have done something.
Right? Like, I heard, like, reports he was, like, all nervous after everything was breaking out and all alone.
Because I'm
at
sure he's
bars.
done a lot of stuff, but like
He was
women,
in the Pussy Squad.
he's like really hot, so he gets away with it most of the time. But I mean, not everyone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, get out of my space, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, I haven't seen your fucking movies.
You never hear anything really much about Leonardo DiCaprio, though, like, in the last, I don't know, 15 years or so. Like, he only makes movies, like,
Squad.
every few years. Oh, Pussy Squad.
Pussy Squad.
Yeah.
Starring Harley Quinn.
She was in Wolf of Wall Street with him. That's right.
Yeah, that was her breakout.
Yeah. Naked as hell.
Mm-hmm.
God, she got death threats the other day. I was just Googling death
Really?
threats.
Why?
Sometimes I like to Google the news part of Google and put death threats because every day there's a death threat report news. It's the death threat renaissance, by the way. We got all the Reds, the Twitters, and all that stuff. Great time to leave the death threats. But she got death threats just for being in Suicide Squad. That's it. They were like, you ruined the character. I'm going to kill you.
But-
While in the toilet.
What?
Right?
So after they were done Halloween costuming the shit out of her, they decided, you know what, that movie was dumb.
That
Now we're
was
gonna kill
dumb.
her.
We're going to fucking kill her.
Now that I'm done jacking off, I'm gonna kill her.
Yeah.
That bitch.
There's so many crazy death threats on there. They're like, man gets death threats for taking his wife's surname. Tennis players are getting death threats. Everyone is getting death threats. You get a death threat. You get a death threat. We're all getting death threats.
Well, it's like we almost don't want to get any
Why is
attention.
Oprah giving out so many damn death threats?
I know. Oprah, stop death threatening us.
If she wants to win if she wants to win the presidency in 2020, you probably should just go ahead and keep doing the death
Keep
threats.
doing the death
Yeah,
Because
keep
that's
doing
what
it.
works.
I
But
will kill you.
You know what's the shame about that is you actually when you get a gift death threat from Oprah, you still have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
It's not like a free death threat that you
No.
just get to drive out of the studio.
Yeah, you think
You
this
have
is
to pay
yours?
taxes
Come
on it, yeah.
You think you have bragging rights on this just
And they're going
yet?
to tax it based on like the highest cost of that car possible.
Oh, I would
I mean, the
tell
death
everyone.
threats.
I would literally tell everyone if I got a death threat from Oprah. So Jeremy Piven, gone forever. This is how we say goodbye to Piven, by talking
Rest
about
in
Oprah.
peace.
Yeah, any final words for the Pivs?
Goodbye, Piven. That's it.
A good little
Jeremy,
fun.
I remember you from Entourage.
You played a guy named Ari.
Ari Gold, we thought you were acting, but you were seriously an asshole.
And when I went to the movies and didn't know what I was going to see, and I saw the goods on the big TV.
It was a pretty good movie.
And I'm not surprised that you were a real good car salesman, 'cause obviously you're a piece of shit.
You're full of shit. Rest in peace, Jeremy Piven.
Go fuck yourself.
Another angel has joined.
Like,
The fucking Me Too heavens. Squad.
Yeah.
yeah.
Say hello to Weinstein.
Oh God, if Leonardo DiCaprio did get caught, do you think he would start a Me Too squad?
Dude, I bet Kate Winslet would be defending him. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio is basically a girl.
If that happens to Leo, not only will I'll actually be sad because I like him as an actor. I'll have to do that whole like, oh, am I a fan still? I still love those movies.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck. But yeah, he would definitely have so many people come out and support him. It would be, oh my god, it would just be a fucking. It would like split Hollywood in two.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really would. Because
Yeah.
all of these people with this, because like, he is one of like. I don't care like how many awards he has or has not won. He's fucking Hollywood royalty.
Do you think
fucking know
he's
the name.
done something maybe on the level of like a Casey Affleck move? Do you think a lot of these guys
At
have
least.
pulled a Casey Affleck?
At least I think
Because Casey Affleck is kind of like the charming, entitled guy accidentally being rapey kind of level of rapey. Not that any of this is accidental. It's
Yeah,
all
no.
horrible. But,
I feel like Casey Affleck came out of nowhere. Like
came in like a wrecking ball.
like he was always around somewhere.
He's like in the background saying
Then he
two
Manchester
lines.
that sea, dude. Oh my god.
I mean, I saw that movie and it really fucked me up because I was like, I didn't know about those allegations quite when I saw it because I saw it like right when it came out.
Perfect time.
And it fucked me up. I knew the movie was going to be depressing going in. I had no idea. It was going to be I killed my fucking kids depressing.
Whoa, he killed his kids in that movie?
Whoa, spoilers.
Whoa,
Fuck.
so what I miss?
So what I
Manchester
miss?
by the sea. Entirely.
Okay, real quick, like I do want to explain it to you.
All right.
And it's spoilers for anyone who really wanted to see that movie. I guess I kind of already fucked it up. The movie is sold on the fact that his brother dies and he has to go back to Manchester. Was it in Massachusetts? Whatever. He has to go.
White people land.
Texas.
Yeah,
Who knows?
he has to go and take care of his brother's kid.
Texas-chusetts.
And that's how the movie's sold. And you're like, oh, dead dad. He has to take care of a kid. He doesn't want to. What it really is, he doesn't want to go back to the town and take care of the kid because he has bad memories. Because, well, he did some coke and got fucked up one night and left the house to go get some cigarettes. And when he came back, he had left the fire burning in the thing. Bloom, the house is down. The kids are dead.
Oh, yeah, he
babies.
took care of those kids.
Yeah, he took care of the
How
kids.
many kids?
It was like 2 or 3.
I heard someone tried to saw that movie. Like some redneck ass people saw that movie. I don't know why. They were like going for some Oscar bait and saw that movie and was like, oh well, we could do that with our kids and make it look like an accident. And it'll be just like Manchester by the Sea. It'll work out just like Casey Affleck will get the Oscar.
Excuse me, ma'am. We saw the tickets for the Manchester by the Sea. We know what you're doing.
Where were you this night?
We know where you got the idea.
We went and saw Minions too.
Well, who do you think should win the Oscar? Well, Casey Affleck. I gotcha.
I knew it.
I think Steve Carell in Minions 2 should win the Oscar.
Was he in that?
I don't know.
I've never seen the Minions movie, but when I was working at IHOP, there was a Minions promotion, and there were special little like Minion-looking pancakes.
Well, that's cute.
I had to wear a T-shirt that had the Minions on them, and Minions were everywhere. There were Minion buttons.
Oh, you were like a product at this point.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
I didn't even
God.
know
You
what the
didn't
show
know it.
was. Like,
It was Despicable Me. You didn't even
Despicable
know
Me.
you were advertising Despicable Me.
I know Steve Carell's in Despicable Me. I just assume that he's in those movies too.
Ooh, Steve Carell. Would that be a hard Me Too to swallow? Ew.
Steve Carell was kind of dead to me for a long time.
I could take him or leave, and Stephen Colbert would break my heart.
It would break me
John
into
Oliver.
pieces. Jon Stewart.
Obama.
Oh,
That would kill me. I know.
Yeah.
It's
Make
not
us
possible.
cry.
It's not possible.
Because,
It's not
like,
possible.
okay, the thing with Obama is if Obama had any dirt on him, we would
We would
know.
know.
We would
Because they
know.
searched high and
Hard
low.
and hard.
You know?
He was the president, for fuck's sake.
For
and he
8
was the
years,
black
yeah.
president for 8 years.
And they couldn't
Yeah.
even land the birther thing on him because it was such bullshit.
Our dear sweet president now
Sweet president.
is, just over a year. And, or actually, technically not even at a year
Not
yet.
even a year yet.
Yeah.
And he's already spent a fourth of a year's worth of time at doing some golfing.
And,
Which I'm glad.
doing a
Yeah.
lot of deny. This is by far the most controversial presidency of any generation.
This makes George W. Bush.
We
Like,
love him now.
remember when we had, like, That's My Bush?
He was the dumbest man on
And we
earth.
had, like, Fahrenheit 9/11,
Mm-hmm.
all of that shit. And
Though,
we
That's My Bush was actually canceled, like, right as 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
That's why it was
Yeah, it
canceled.
was.
Like, we can't joke about this too hard anymore.
it's not funny anymore.
Yeah. Oh.
Until
God.
like it was like less than a year later, like the next summer, David Cross did an album called "Shut Up You Fucking Baby," and and he made so many 9/11 jokes that it was great. It was really funny. But like he was like, I don't know what the fuck those towers were made of, skunks and tires. No, those towers were made of skunks and tires because that shit smelled terrible. The fuck was that? And he was just cutting all kinds of, because he's a New York guy and just like fuck it.
Yeah.
So assuming we get through this presidency, I'm gonna loop in the presidency because that's a little Me Too-y
Tie-in.
tie-in. Assuming we get through this, do you think
Are we
that...
gonna talk about Genevieve's Melania theory?
No.
Oh yeah, so okay, so Donald Trump gets to bang whoever he wants, right? Melania, a woman in that situation, doesn't really get to. She can't just bang like the bodyguard, like how Princess Diana would do. So, because the bodyguard would probably end up dead because Trump's a tyrant.
Right.
So who is the one guy that Melania is allowed to be friends with,
Allowed to be around.
loves, and
That
he
Trump
loves
is okay
her,
with.
that Trump won't murder?
Yeah. If he walks in on in any incidental situation.
Yeah, like
Who
he's
is it?
not going to murder this guy.
Go for it.
His name is Barron. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all we're gonna say. It's
I think
not
that they're
Don Jr. or
fucking.
Eric.
I think no, it's definitely not Don Jr.
Definitely
Definitely not
the teeth.
Eric.
Not the teeth.
No.
But that's a good theory. On
Not
our
even
part,
a mother
okay?
could love
And we're
that
gonna make a
face.
murder board about it. We're gonna connect the
We
threads, of
are.
course,
Oh my gosh.
and put our face in the middle. obviously.
As he watches over us.
As you watch,
Yeah.
Jerry Orbach is watching. All
Jerry
of us.
Orbach will be in the middle because
He's
he's
very
the
proud.
detective, the
We-
real detective.
We have his picture on our wall, of course. It'll be on our Instagram shortly. But to the president, assuming we get through this presidency, and there's going to be interviews. They always do interviews, post-presidency interviews. Do you think he's going to get those interviews, and do you think he's going to have more interviews than the Pivan? Or no?
Donald Trump?
Donald Trump, DJ Trump.
Do you think he's gonna? I think people are gonna want to interview Trump because he was president.
Definitely.
So,
yeah.
but the thing is, are they going to be able to? He might just end up like being a sniveling butt face on Fox and Friends forever.
Oh yeah, he may
which
just
is
call them all the
really
fucking time.
where he fucking wants to
That's
be.
where he lives. Yeah, he loves those fucking that couch full of bloated buttholes.
Just got.
Well, today.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Time's up, motherfucker.